chance of precipitation. Winds are getting up there a little bit at 20 miles per hour. Again, St. Lucia have a big opportunity in front of them tonight. A win for St. Lucia would promote them to League B in the Concacaf Nations League and would get them into the Gold Cup preliminary round as well. A win and only a win tonight against currently second place Anguilla would do the job and make the last game between these two in the group a moot point. Of course, so far in this group stage, just the one game for St. Lucia, and it was a victory over Dominica last time out by a 0-0. If they can repeat the trick tonight, they will move up on 6 points into League B for the next for the next CONCACAF Nations League competition. Of course, Gold Cup preliminary round as well. 2 draws so far for Anguilla. They did score last time out against Dominica. They've only played Dominica so far, so it's their first matchup in this season's competition against the current group leaders, and they're going to try and at least delay their potential promotion for one more match day. Of course, these two will rematch against each other next March to finish off the group stage. So again, St. Lucia has it all to play for tonight. If they win, they will be promoted to League B for the next iteration of the Nations League, and they will get in to the Gold Cup prelims and a chance for Anguilla to keep their hopes alive as well. We'll take a break. The national anthems and the kickoff are next.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to this 2022-2023 Concacaf Nations League group match, the national teams of St. Lucia and Anguilla. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Anguilla to be followed by the national anthem of St. Lucia.
Great rendition of both national anthems for both St. Lucia and Anguilla here at the Daren Sammy Cricket Ground in Gros Islet, St. Lucia. Sean St. Jacques here with you. This is a huge matchup tonight in League C, Group C. Stern John's St. Lucia side looks like this with a chance for promotion to League B. Kurt Frederick captains the side. Vino Bartlett is in goal. He's had a good tournament so far. So is Javik McFarlane, who has had a really good start. The goal scorer in their victory on match day 1 against Dominica. And of course, you look at Cham Roseri in the midfield as well. It is a very good side that St. Lucia bring out tonight on their home patch with a chance for promotion and a ticket into the Concacaf Gold Cup prelims as well. Teams take their photos. Quincy Williams is our center official this evening in St. Lucia. It is a Trinidad and Tobago officiating crew along with St. Kitts and Nevis and Honduras represented as well. As the two captains meet in the center, Kurt Frederick for St. Lucia and Jermaine Hughes for visiting Anguilla, who are trying to get back in the race themselves to potentially seek promotion to League B as well. A win for Anguilla would put them in the box seat tonight and give them a big advantage going into a potential March rematch. The visitors under Nigel Connor look like this. Danielle Bailey is in goal tonight for visiting Anguilla. Jonathan Guichard, who has already scored in this tournament for Anguilla in their draw last time out, leads the line up front. And the brothers Lake, Tyreek and Kiernan, are also in the starting lineup as well for the visitors. And along with Kieran Lake, Tyreek Lake, you think of Luke Paris as well. There's a lot of veteran experience in this Anguilla side that have played in this tournament before, and they know what's in front of them tonight. Anguilla need a result if they are to keep their hopes alive of being promoted themselves to League B and getting that coveted ticket into the Concacaf Gold Cup preliminary round. St. Lucia are in their home blues tonight. Anguilla in their very slick, I must say, visiting whites with the light blue shorts. If St. Lucia win, it's a moot point in March. They would win the group. They would advance to Group B. They'd be promoted, and the Gold Cup prelims would be theirs. But if Anguilla can get a result tonight, a win or a draw for them, would still make this up for grabs, to say the least, going into March of 2023. A lot on the line tonight, a good crowd on hand here at the Daren Sammy Cricket Ground. St. Lucia will kick us off, going from left to right. We await Quincy Williams' whistle in what could be the decisive night in League C, Group C of this year's Concacaf Nations League. Javik McFarlane, who has already scored in the competition for St. Lucia on match day 1, keeping the bodies warm. We're still waiting for Quincy Williams, our center official, to make sure everything is ready to go, I should say. This ground has been used for other Concacaf Nations League games, most notably in League B Group A, who've used the Daren Sammy Cricket Ground for some neutral site games. But St. Lucia is on their home patch with a chance to make some history. They were in League B last season's champion, I should say, last iteration of the Concacaf Nations League. They want to get back there, and it's in their own hands on their home pitch tonight with a chance to do just that. Again, only a win would seal it. A draw would send it to the final match day where these two will meet again. That'll take place in late March of 2023. That's what Anguilla are hoping for. And of course, if Anguilla win, they will have the advantage. Again, St. Lucia are on 3 points. Anguilla and Dominica, to be fair as well, on 2 points each. And both still have a say if Anguilla can get a result tonight. So Dominica will also be pulling for Anguilla, because if Anguilla were to get a draw, for example, Dominica would still be in with a shout of potentially getting into the Gold Cup prelims and to League B themselves. It's been a very competitive group. St. Lucia has the only win in the group. It came against Dominica. Dominica and Anguilla have drawn in both of their 2 meetings, which has allowed this door to be open for St. Lucia to have the chance tonight to clinch their place. Again, if they win, they'd be on 6 points with only 1 game remaining for each of the 3 sides in the group, which means they would not be able to be caught. They'd be 4 points clear of both Anguilla and Dominica. Still waiting on our center official, Quincy Williams. He's just entered our picture here. St. Lucia will be the team that kicks us off. They're in their home blues from head to toe. And the very slick Anguilla whites with the light blue shorts will be defending from right to left. We're ready to go here in St. Lucia. This could be the night St. Lucia returns to League B of the Concacaf Nations League. Anguilla are in their way, trying to slow them down, and we're underway from Grow Islet, St. Lucia, the Daren Sammy cricket ground, on what could be St. Lucia's momentous night on their home patch. And if you're just joining us, Anguilla have to get a result tonight if they want to keep their hopes alive. They need at least a draw if they are to keep this alive going into next March's final match days in the group. But if Stern John's St. Lucia side wins tonight, it'll be a moot point in League C, Group C, and it will be decided before the turn of the year. Sean St. Jacques here with you. St. Lucia control it. It's a pass from Terrell Thomas to that far side. Anguilla defending in those whites with the light blue shorts. This is Myers for St. Lucia. Pretty good crowd on hand tonight as well. Hoping their boys can get it over the line tonight and finish it off before it goes to next year's final match days. St. Lucia on the attack early here. First couple of minutes. It's a nice ball whipped in. And Daniel Bailey is able to come up with it. A little bit too close to the keeper in the end, but the ball was a good one. A searching ball. In the end, too close for the keeper. He's able to corral it rather easily under a little bit of pressure. Jevic McFarlane, I should say, scored St. Lucia's winner last time out against Dominica on match day 1 for them in this group. Dominica and Anguilla then faced each other off in the other 2 games that have been played so far, and Anguilla drew both of those games with Dominica. It has St. Lucia on those 3 points, and Anguilla and Dominica on just the 2. Ball's lofted forward over the top. St. Lucia might be in. It's going to be a foul going the other way. McFarlane tried to nudge his way past. It was well defended by Javiel Brooks. In the end, it's a free kick for Anguilla. Jevic McFarlane has had a very good tournament so far. Again, was clinical in St. Lucia's win. It was Jonathan Guichard who scored for Anguilla in the 1-1 draw back on June 5th against Dominica in the second meeting. That when Anguilla were the visitors. It was a 0-0 draw 3 days before that in the opener of this group between Anguilla and Dominica. St. Lucia, of course, in the 2019-20 Concacaf Nations League, they were in League B, Group B. They finished bottom of their group, just 4 points, and got relegated to this Group C that they currently sit in. They had a -8 goal differential. They did get a notable win over the Dominican Republic in that group stage, as they might have a chance to take the lead here. Again, McFarlane was the target. Anguilla did just enough. Tafari Smith got a crucial touch to that for Anguilla defensively. He was able to clear the lines all the way back to Vino Bartlett. He did pick up a draw, St. Lucia, last iteration of the Concacaf Nations League against Montserrat as well. It was a 1-1 draw. Those were their 4 points. It was a group that included the eventual winners, El Salvador. And again, Montserrat, the Dominican Republic. That was 1-2-3 in the group, and St. Lucia finished bottom on 4 points. They'll have a chance to get another crack at League B if they get all 3 points tonight. I wonder what kind of pressure St. Lucia players will be under. It's a big night for them. They're at home, fans are in the building. It's going to be interesting to see how they deal with it. They've had a good start to the game. They've created a couple of half chances through Jevic McFarlane, who's had the best looks so far. Half looks, it must be said, but looks nonetheless. As Luke Paris, a lot of experience for him in this Anguilla side, clears the lines. Quickly restarted by Alvinus Myers. Some good interplay there on the far side as Chaim Roseri nearly found some room ahead. He plays collegiately at Temple University in the United States, specifically Philadelphia. Anguilla needed to be careful there under some pressure. Calvin Morgan did well there, number 11 in white, but the pass is given back by Anguilla, but only for a moment. Advantage is played by the referee as Tyreek Lake was trying to get the counterattack in motion, but he was held up and fouled, and it'll be an Anguilla free kick. That's the other part of this group that's so fascinating. If Anguilla can get a point, these two will meet one more time in the March rematch, and the winner of that would advance. And again, that would be a moot point if St. Lucia wins here tonight, but if they don't, anything else would set up, to be fair, it would be a pretty enthralling rematch in March of 2023 in the Concacaf Nations League with the same prizes at stake. You can see here a little overzealous from Andres Remy, who has had some good moments as well in the Concacaf Nations League. Stern John, of course, the head coach of St. Lucia, had a really successful career as a player, played for a multitude of different clubs of note. Columbus Crew, where he was the MLS scoring champion in the late 90s, played for Nottingham Forest, Birmingham City, Sunderland, Southampton, and Crystal Palace, all big clubs in England. Played for Trinidad and Tobago internationally, and most notably for tonight's game, as McFarlane is offside, was the former Anguilla boss from 2020 to 2022, before Nigel Connor, who was the boss before him from 2018 to 2020, retook the job to lead them here in this CONCACAF Nations League. So actually the last two Anguilla managers are going up against each other here tonight. So funny how small of a world the beautiful game can be at times. Of course, Nigel Connor played for Anguilla from 2004 to 2008, 4 caps for his country. And it is his second stint as the Anguilla boss. Trying to spoil the St. Lucia party tonight. Josh Solomon is on throw-in duties here. For Anguilla, this is their second time in the CONCACAF Nations League where they've been in League C. Group C, they finished bottom a season ago, but they've improved this year. They had no points in the 2019-20 Nations League, although they were in a pretty tough group with Guatemala and Puerto Rico, who snatched up all the points. They also scored just 2 goals in that competition with a negative 19 goal differential, but it's been much better this time as, again, McFarland was the target. He's been so, well, available, frankly. He's been open a number of times. Teammates have tried to find him. On this occasion, the attack breaks down. But Anguilla this time around, again, they have the 2 points on the board. If they could get the win tonight, not only would it be their first ever Concacaf Nations League victory, but they would be in the driver's seat going into that final match day. Because again, these two will go head to head again. Regardless of the result tonight, it's just about whether that one's going to have as much on it as far as what's at stake as this one is. Pass is picked off defensively. Nice step in there by Calvin Morgan. And an outlet ball onto this near side. Jonathan Guichard, but just out of his reach. He could have been in behind. Anguilla's goal scorer from a match day ago nearly got free. I think the first 10 minutes being played here, you can tell both players, or just to say both sets of players, really understand the significance of the game. It's a big occasion. No question about that. A little tentative at times from Anguilla. St. Lucia had a couple of good opportunities in the first few minutes, but since then have just tried to pick out passes, mostly to Jevic McFarland. Still waiting for Anguilla's real first foray forward, I should say. Guichard trying to find some space. It was nicely worked initially by Varian Cardi, but he loses out, and it's going to go out of play for an Anguilla throw. I think St. Lucia were looking for a foul on that far side. Kurt Frederick is still down here, captain for St. Lucia. He's back on his feet, and play continues. This is Tyreek Lake. Guichard. Bit of a fortunate bounce. It's poked over the top. Anguilla might have a chance here. Guichard knocked off the ball, but Anguilla could still have an opportunity here. Cardi. Decent ball into the middle. Held in the end by Bartlett. In the end, there was really only one player to aim at for Anguilla inside of St. Lucia's penalty area. Ball took a deflection. McFarland got there, but went over his head. Solomon tried to retrieve it, but St. Lucia still have it in possession. This is Myers. And again, there is a third party of interest here. Dominica has to be hoping for a draw here to really have a shot at it. But St. Lucia could be in behind here. Good ball across initially. And then maybe a bump down in the penalty area. McFarland, and then a trip up allows Anguilla to alleviate the pressure. Luke Paris draws the foul. I think McFarland was the initial target. It ended up falling for Remy here. Paris's touch allows Remy to get onto it. Was that enough for a penalty? I don't think so. And then Remy, as he got up, tripped Paris up as well. And that's why it was a free kick. I think it was just about a fair challenge. Quincy Williams had a good look at it. I think it was more shoulder to shoulder than anything else. I think it would have been a soft penalty to give. But both teams starting to ask some questions here of each other. It's a searching ball down this far side. Great pace used by Cardi, but he runs out of room on this far side, and it's out for a goal kick. Well, that's just wonderful speed and acceleration from Varian Cardi. Nearly created a chance all by himself there. This ball is floated nicely into the path of Josh Solomon, but it's well defended. Javale Brooks all over it defensively for Anguilla. Those balls over the top from St. Lucia have caused some problems. This was well placed. Solomon had the pace to get up to it, but not quite able to get enough of a touch on it to get it away from Brooks, who was not going to be beaten there. It is a corner for the hosts. Frederick will take it. Frederick whips in a good ball to the back post, and the header is just wide. Oh, I think some of the fans thought it was in. So close to finding the breakthrough. Frederick's ball was a peach of a cross, and in the end, Doxili headed it so nicely, but completely missed the target. If that was on frame, I think it was going to go in, or at least call upon Bailey to make a save. What a chance. Melvin Doxili, who was really part of a number of St. Lucia attackers who were in the area, ended up being basically a free header. Well, that was a warning sign for Anguilla. We're now on the attack themselves here. Kieran Lake into the corner, just trying to keep it in, and he tried to shovel it past. And in the end concedes a goal kick. I think he thought he'd run out of options there. Kieran Lake. Myers. This is Frederick. Again, as you can tell from some of the reactions from the crowd on some of the plays, this is a good crowd here tonight. They have quite a bit in numbers here inside the Daren Sammy cricket ground. Hoping it could be their boys in blue that get it done tonight. It's going to be a foul and a free kick, and I think a yellow card potentially here as well. Quincy Williams had no hesitation here. And the booking comes out. This is the challenge when it's, well, to be fair, it's reckless from Melvin Doxili, and he is rightly booked for the challenge. Luke Paris restarts play. It's a good ball to that far side, not well controlled in the end by Cardi. Frederick picked off by Paris, and there's some space for Luke Paris to run into. It's closed down though well by Frederick. Cardi picks it back up for Anguilla. Played centrally for Lake. This is some nice possession here from Anguilla. They haven't had a ton of it so far. Ball is lofted over the top. Guichard on the second ball, couldn't quite control it. Anguilla still have it, but it's given away in the end to Myers. Lester Joseph now. This is Solomon. Doxili's header missing the target. It's been the best chance so far. And again, St. Lucia trying to test Anguilla with balls over the top. They went down the middle to start things off from there. They were really going centrally with those long passes. Then they started to go and attack the wings and the flanks, and it's really worked so far. They've created trouble and havoc for the visitors so far. This is Solomon. McFarland and Remy are waiting for it. Ball is whipped in. Bailey came for it, but he was fouled after not being able to corral it. He was bumped into. And that's a foul and a free kick. Solomon's ball in. Let's see, Bailey. Yeah, Bailey gets to it first. As soon as the goalkeeper gets a hand on it, goalkeeper's normally going to get that decision. Now, if it's a punch, that's a different story. But if the goalkeeper is able to at least get palms on it and then gets bumped, that kind of a sequence, goalkeeper normally will get that decision from the referee. Joseph leaves it for Josh Solomon. It's going to be a high boot, it looks like, and a free kick going against Anguilla. Brooks a little overzealous. Again, McFarland, the target man. I think McFarland might have got kicked on the hand here. Yeah, you can see his reaction there. With 20 minutes gone, this is going to be a good set-piece opportunity for St. Lucia. 3 players are on it. Duxilly, Frederick as well. Alvinus Myers also is interested here. Solomon might be a potential option off to the right. We have 4 men in the main part of the wall here for Anguilla, and Bailey having to be ready for this to come on target. And now Frederick looks the most likely, although Duxilly was there as well. Frederick into the wall, a brief handball appeal in there. Referee allows play to continue. Duxilly sends it back into the penalty area. Oh, it's miscommunication between the defender and the goalkeeper, and it's headed out for a corner. Tafari Smith and Daniil Bailey, they both went for it. In the end, Smith got a big head to that. That could have been very dangerous indeed as far as the score sheet is concerned, but it has Bailey still down here at the end of the sequence. Wow, that was miscommunication there that nearly cost Anguilla. It is a St. Lucia corner, but the big concern now is on Daniil Bailey. Nowadays, you have to be very careful in these situations to make sure the players that were involved in a potential head-to-head are both okay. I think this was just a situation normally in that context of play, goalkeeper's ball, they call for it, everyone gets out of the way, but either the call didn't come or it wasn't heard. And Tafari Smith, to be fair to him, if he doesn't hear it, he's got to head it. Got to make sure he gets something on it. And he definitely won the ball. The scary part for Anguilla is that this ball nearly went into the back of their own net here. In the end, it just went out for a corner. So now the real concern is whether or not Nigel Connor's goalkeeper here, Daniil Bailey, is going to be able to continue. He is still slow to get up. But up he gets. Well, Anguilla do have 2 goalkeepers on their bench tonight. Darius Lanton and Kareem Burris are both available tonight if they need to make a switch here. It's one of the nice parts about Concacaf Nations League. There's multiple positions on a bench normally that maybe in a normal league game where you only have 1 or 2 players available for each position. But for this competition, teams can have multiple goalkeepers if they want, and looks like Bailey might be all right to continue here, which is very good to see. He's back in goal. Well, Nigel Connor has got to be thanking his lucky stars here that his keeper is all right. Again, it all stemmed from that miscommunication. It appeared that, at least based on body language, that JaVale Brooks was actually telling him once he got up, hey, you got a call for that. I think Tafari Smith was saying the same thing after he headed it and realized he nearly scored in his own net. Now our referee just making sure both teams keep it civil inside the penalty area. Kurt Frederick, after that injury stoppage, will send in another corner where St. Lucia have been dangerous. He goes near post this time. It was flicked on, but Anguilla do just about enough to handle it. And then the ball sent back towards the final third. He's wayward and out of play for a throw. I think Bouchard was trying to get a touch on it for Anguilla to send them on the counterattack, but he ended up missing it. In the end, St. Lucia didn't get a second chance right away from it. Tyreek Lake gives it back. Jevic McFarland, though, waited a little too long to pass it, and it was well dealt with by Jermaine Hughes. Another ball lofted over the top. Anguilla get ahead to it, but they didn't clear it first time of asking. Now Carty comes away for it. Carty for Anguilla. Try to send it in behind. It's blasted back out for a throw-in. Darian Carty has shown some wonderful pace and skill so far for the visitors. And of course, Melvin Doxili's missed header is the best chance either side have had so far. That came off a corner kick as well that was delivered in from Kurt Frederick, who is on it now for St. Lucia. Is this a chance for Jevic McFarland to stretch his legs here? He's taking on multiple defenders, but Frederick's up there with him. Tries to play it on for Remy, who went down again under the challenge that was in the penalty area. Referee once again says nothing doing. Play continues. Frederick, Myers. It was tough to tell if that challenge was clean or not live. That's why it's so difficult for referees to make that decision in such quick time. Roseri out wide. St. Lucia could still get something from this. Bailey committed. It went over his head. And he was lucky that Solomon didn't continue his run. He could have tucked it in, or at least gained possession. In the end, it's out for a goal kick. Andres Remy went underneath the challenge on this near side. So tough to tell from live pictures if it was worthy of a penalty or not. I think the fact that both teams kind of got on with it after make it seem like I think the right call was made, but you never know. Again, it's so quick. And to be fair, Quincy Williams was right on the spot, the referee. The ball is played in behind. I think the flag's going to go up. It is. Fallon's been offsides a couple of times tonight. Just not quite getting the runs up to snuff. Allows Anguilla to reset. Mentioned the goalkeepers for Anguilla. Kareem Burris, who's on the bench tonight, did have 13 saves in the 2019-2020 Concacaf Nations League. So there's experience on the bench for both teams. Multiple positions as well must be added. Anguilla have it back in possession. It was well done by Hughes initially. It's centered by Morgan. Now Tyreek Lake, one more out wide again. Tafari Smith. Then Duncan. Still Kean Duncan off the return pass. Luke Paris. Sees Kieran Lake, who's done very well here. Still Kieran Lake. And that bounce didn't quite fall back into his path. And he did get a piece of that ball, but it's going to go out for a goal kick. Nice run from Kieran Lake, and he nearly opened up St. Lucia all by himself there. Some encouraging signs for Nigel Connor's group. That they can get at St. Lucia, they can make things happen. Hughes, a little too heavy on the touch. Remy to Solomon. Oh, and Solomon tripped, but he gets back to his feet. Josh Solomon is held back. Play continues. Myers wanted an open pass, sends it all the way back instead to Doxilly. Forward from Thomas. Another good curling effort, and it's just over the head of Remy, who appreciates the service, and it's out for a goal kick. Remy did well just to get free there, to potentially get his head onto that, but pass was just a foot high, I think, over the top. Trying to keep an eye on Daniel Bailey since that collision with Tafari Smith. He's looked okay so far. Might be one of those situations where if he can make it to halftime, he'll get reevaluated. And we'll see what Nigel Connor might do later on in the game. But for the time being, he looks to be all right to continue. And Anguilla do have a set piece here from just inside the St. Lucia half of the field. Morgan. Didn't want to loft that in. Not much to aim at in white in the end. St. Lucia could break here from that. McFarlane. Still Jevic McFarlane. And it's well defended. Sweeping it up there, Kieran Lake. Oh, and that's a mistimed challenge from Myers. Ian Duncan wins a free kick. And I think Duncan was asking for a yellow there. Certainly was borderline. It was a late challenge from Myers. In the end, not enough in the referee's view. Kieran Lake. Again off the break. Ball in behind is looking for Remy, and this is Brooks, who I think did just about enough there. He did to shepherd it out for a goal kick, although Javale Brooks is still down. Still looking for our first big breakthrough moment. Again, if St. Lucia can win this, they win the group. They will get promoted back to League B, and they will gain entrance into the Concacaf Gold Cup preliminary round. If Anguilla get a result, then these two will face off again in March of 2023 to decide it. And that's what would happen if this current result holds. Anguilla would stay 1 point behind St. Lucia. And then these two would have the exact same exact same stakes with the exact same situation, except with 1 more point apiece in late March of 2023. Out wide from Thomas. Another good lofted ball in. McFarland's header is flashed wide of the goal. Great service again from that far side, and McFarland, I'll tell you what, wasn't a mile away with that header. If he had attacked it a little bit more instead of trying to guide it, he may have just hit the target. More good promise in play from Stern John St. Lucia. Thomas all the way back for Evans. Nice work under pressure there from Frederick and then Alvinus Myers. It's those two again here. Connecting passes. Doxili, who's on a yellow, and he's had the best chance so far. Lovely ball slid through for Solomon. Harris got a touch to it and wins a goal kick. That's brilliantly timed by Luke Paris. Once again, it's another incisive ball. Paris had to get that right. He got it more than right. He won a goal kick out of it. Very nicely done. Oh, was that a push in the back on Guichard? Referee says no. Play continues. St. Lucia win it back. Only for a moment, it's looped over the top by Duncan and then headed into the path of Bartlett. Nice play from Shinoy Evans down that far side. It goes out of play for an Anguilla throw. Myers, Solomon. Nice turn by Remy, now McFarland. Nice again, good pass to Myers. Myers has a few teammates to aim at. Finds Solomon instead. Frederick. Then Joseph. St. Lucia reset it. Joseph again. Lovely ball to Frederick. And then the ball across is just a little too far from Myers, who just couldn't quite get the right amount of pace behind it. I thought earlier in that sequence, Myers with his left could have put in a cross. Instead, he recycled the play. And this time his cross is just a little too high and far. Once again, down the flank, St. Lucia have really had a lot of success. Anguilla have as well on the opposite end of things, but they just haven't had as many opportunities. Jevic McFarland is still down here for St. Lucia. Anguilla don't have to stop play. It's not a head injury. They can play on. And they win a foul and a free kick. McFarland rejoins the play, which is good to see. Not sure exactly what happened there. This is the foul against St. Lucia. Lester Joseph's challenge. Calvin Morgan make something happen here for Anguilla. Can he find someone in the penalty area? Well, he nearly found Luke Paris. It's over the top and out for a goal kick. Luke Paris is a big guy as well. If you can't find him, ball might have been too high. Just about anybody out on the pitch. Good idea down that far side. Cham Roseri has been very, very active down that far side. Frederick. And again, Myers plays it back into his path. Well, they're sent back into the penalty area, and then on a hop, Daniel Bailey comes up with it. Just about 5 minutes to go in this first half. The result holds. Each team will gain a point, and they'll meet again in March to decide who will get promotion out of League C, Group C. It's still time for the narrative to completely change here. St. Lucia have had the better opportunities, but have not yet found the back of the net. Anguilla's attacking chances haven't been barren. They've had a few, but none that have really troubled, Bartlett in goal for St. Lucia. Roseri into the path now. Joseph trying to find Solomon, and it's just a step too far. I think Joseph had the right idea. Solomon's had some nice runs down this near side in the first half. Going to be flicked on, but it's going to be a foul and a free kick against Luke Paris. Referee wants a word. Doesn't look like it's going to be a booking, just a talking to. Wants him to be careful with the elbows, and that's why. Went in right from the back of him, led with his arm. Referee doesn't want to see any more of that. Oh, it is tough to jump sometimes that high when you don't use your arms. As it's a nice ball in from Frederick. Oh, just needed a delicate touch. Thomas was in behind. I think it was Doxili again. The two defenders making good runs in behind, but neither of them could get the touch required to beat Bailey. It must be said, Kirk Frederick's service in this first half has been superb. Another great ball in behind, and it just needed the faintest of touches. What a golden chance missed again from the hosts. St. Lucia come again with Josh Solomon. Frederick, who's had a very good first half on both ends of the pitch. Again tries to switch the area of attack, does very nicely as well. Good ball into the path of Roseri. Can Roseri deal with two defenders here? He does very well indeed, wins a throw-in out of it. It was a great ball from Shinoy Evans to find him after Frederick did very well indeed to switch the point of attack. Now can Evans find a teammate from a long throw here in the latter stages of the first half? Ball is was thrown in right towards Bailey, who tried to punch it, and it's into the back of the net! Andres Remy finds a vital goal for St. Lucia. It could be the moment that sends St. Lucia back to League B. His first Concacaf Nations League goal, and how pivotal it may be in deciding this group. Bailey tried to punch it, completely missed it. What a finish that is from Andres Remy, sending the fans here in St. Lucia into a frenzy. That could be a pivotal moment in League C, Group C of the Concacaf Nations League. Can't say they haven't deserved it, St. Lucia. Andres Remy was in the right place at the right time. Very good finish indeed with his left boot. And St. Lucia are in the box seat. Right before halftime as well. That could be a crucial blow. We're into first half stoppage time here. St. Lucia are on the attack again, looking for a second. And McFarland misses the target. Great touch initially to get him into an open space, and the strike in the end just left a bit to be desired from Jevic McFarland. Andres Remy, what a goal that could prove to be. Looked for Frederick this time on the ball in behind. Anguilla now really have it all to do. They need to score. Controlled by Doxili, whose earlier miss has been wiped away here. See the joy and jubilation amongst the supporters here, how much that goal meant and how much it could mean if it stays like this. Anguilla had it back for a split second, but it's played in behind again, and the flag is up against McFarland, who wanted to play in Frederick. Nice job again by Remy. He wins a throw. And just about 2 added minutes here at the end of this first half. St. Lucia's second goal of this Concacaf Nations League campaign could prove to be very, very pivotal. Shinoy Evans got the worst of that. Training staff's going to be called on here. This was a pass into him, and he might have just gotten the wind knocked out of him there, as one of the Anguilla defenders came across. See if that impacts any further stoppage time. Stern John and company have got to be concerned, of course, right now for Evans, but they also have to know that it really is theirs to lose now. They got the goal they needed. Looks like Evans is okay, just, again, maybe just got the wind knocked out of him there. Myers off the set piece, was quickly taken. St. Lucia trying to recycle it. And that is it. The end of the first half here at the Daren Sammy Cricket Ground. Massive applause from the fans to their hosts here. St. Lucia find the breakthrough. Andres Remy scoring a brilliantly taken left-pegged finish that has St. Lucia potentially on their way to 3 points and on their way to League B and the Gold Cup prelims. But still 45 minutes to go here at the Daren Sammy Cricket Ground. It's St. Lucia 1, Anguilla, still plenty for them to play for as well, 0. Highlights from the first half between St. Lucia and Anguilla. Sean St. Jacques back here with you. League C, Group C, and again, so much at stake tonight with St. Lucia having the chance to win the group, qualify for League B of the Nations League for the next iteration, and of course the Gold Cup preliminary round at stake as well. Anguilla need at least a point tonight, but St. Lucia were the ones that were the aggressors here at home from the start. Anguilla did have a couple of half chances that they created as well. Of course, the big missed header from Doxili in the early stages of the first half. There were a couple of yellows handed out. This was the one for Doxili for the challenge, and then some great service here. McFarlane from Evans couldn't hit the target. But then Andres Remy's moment. Bailey missed the punch. Remy tucked it in, and St. Lucia found the opening goal just before the end of the half. And that is where we stand. St. Lucia, if it holds, would win the group with a game to spare, and they would qualify for League B and get into the Gold Cup preliminary round as well. Still 45 minutes to go, and again, if Anguilla can turn things around, it would be a much different picture going into March of next year as well. It's going to be very interesting to see if Anguilla can pull this back. But again, the crowd is behind St. Lucia. They now have the lead. We'll see if they will be able to add on to it in the second half as well. The likes of McFarlane, Remy and company have really been dangerous. As you take a look at the halftime stats, no shots or shots on goal for Anguilla. That's going to have to change now in the second half. The one booking for Doxili 9 fouls against St. Lucia, but the one shot on goal, their only shot on goal, was the one that has mattered so far. Andres Remy's first Concacaf Nations League goal could prove to be paramount in this League C, Group C. No question about that. We'll see, though, if it changes in the second half. Anguilla will have their say. 45 minutes to go. We'll get to the second half kick, I should say, after a quick break, with St. Lucia leading by a 1-0.
The official Concacaf app. No matter where you are or who you're rooting for, you can watch your favorite competitions, teams, and players on the go. Get the latest news on all things Concacaf. Get access to stats, play-by-play, players' information, schedule, and standings. Get instant notifications and alerts. Discover other fans like you. And show your support in social media with our exclusive camera filters. All of that and much more. Take your Concacaf experience to the next level. Download now the official Concacaf app, available on the App Store and Google Play.
Moments away from the start of the second half of this League C Group C tie between St. Lucia and Anguilla. Sean St. Jacques back here with you. This game being played at the Daren Sammy Cricket Ground in Gros Islet, St. Lucia. A 44th minute goal from Andres Remy has the hosts in front. And if they can win this match, the boys in blue will clinch a place in the preliminary round of the Concacaf Gold Cup in 2023, but also they will be promoted to League B for the next Concacaf Nations League competition. It really could be a special night here tonight for St. Lucia. Anguilla still have a chance to salvage a point, potentially come back and win this. They can make some history tonight as well. They're looking for their first ever Concacaf Nations League win. As they kick us off in their whites to start the second half, they're going to need at least 2 goals without reply to get that. But even a point for Anguilla would keep this group up for grabs going into the final match day, which will take place in late March of 2023. And it will be these two again rematching if Anguilla can get at least a point here tonight. But they've got a big 45 minutes ahead of them. St. Lucia will try and see this out, and so far Andres Remy has them with 1 foot in the prelims for the Gold Cup and into League B as well. Anguilla on this far side, it was very crafty from Kean Duncan, and he's won a throw-in here. Lake was controlling it initially. Hughes, though, sliding it through, and no one's there in a white shirt to get on the end of it. Shinoy Evans had it relatively well covered regardless, but it's harmlessly out for a goal kick. Anguilla, to be fair, despite not having any shots in the first half, they created a couple of half chances. Really didn't do a whole lot with them. St. Lucia had 1 shot on target. It was the goal from Andres Remy, his first in the Concacaf Nations League. This ball over the top. Farland able to just about beat Paris to it, and he tries to slide it through as well. St. Lucia could be in for a second, but Bishop denies the chance. Solomon was the one on the overlapping run that had the chance. Tadil Bailey gets there first. Crucially. What a chance for Josh Solomon to at the very least play it across to a teammate, maybe even go for goal himself. Frederick tried to find the goal scorer, Remy, just out of his reach. Well, there was a mini party that broke out in the St. Lucia stands at the half. They really enjoyed the first half from their team, but now they have to protect the lead. Bouchard, who's already scored in this season's Concacaf Nations League. I'm not sure if he was trying to shoot or pass that time. In the end, neither one thing or the other. I think this was a shot. There was really no one to aim at. It was a late arriving Cardi that maybe could have got on the end of something, but I think Bouchard was trying to find the target. In the end, couldn't. Good step in by Smith for Anguilla. Solid control in the midfield by Duncan. And one of the stalwarts at the back, Paris, controls. Can Anguilla find an equalizer? That's really going to be the big story of this second half. If St. Lucia score again, I can't see Anguilla coming back. I mean, stranger things have happened, no question about that, but the way St. Lucia have created the majority of the chances here, you feel a second goal may just be enough to see it out. But if Anguilla can equalize, then everything changes. Paris, nice run through the midfield. It's a decent ball as well. Over the top, can Anguilla make something from this? It's cut back into the path of Tyreek Lake. There's some numbers to aim at in the penalty area. Oh, it's a decent ball in. It's over the top of Cardi in the end. And it's out for a goal kick. Well, Varian Cardi was in good position there. Ball was just a little too tall for him. Frederick, who's created some great chances tonight. Captain's armband, as you might expect, most capped player in St. Lucia's history. It's his 45th cap tonight for Kurt Frederick. Evans, all the way back to Terrell Thomas, who uses the services of Bartlett. Once again, a ball over the top, and goalkeeper comes for it. Bailey, he's got to get his hands on that, and did right before a second opportunity could materialize. Well, Bailey's had a couple of close calls when he's come off his line. It's part of the reason that Remy was able to score in the first half. Bailey had to try and commit to get a punch to a long throw-in, and he didn't get enough on it. Fell kindly for Andres Remy. That's how the goal went in. Bailey's had a couple of times where he's overcommitted, and he's nearly paid the price. This far side with Solomon. Solomon running out of room, but he's... Oh, thought he kept it in, and in the end he actually committed the foul. Kieran Lake did very well defensively. Thought he may have lost out there, thought the ball was going to be kept in play, but he won a free kick in the end and does his job. Clears it. Frederick has it back for St. Lucia. This is Evans. Frederick. And this is a rare time where Frederick couldn't really pick out a pass there. A little too much on it. His array of passing, Kurt Frederick has been on full display in this game so far. Has really picked out some gems. He's created some of the bigger chances that St. Lucia have had so far, including from a couple of corners. It's where, besides the goal from Remy, which came off a throw-in, it's where St. Lucia have been the most dangerous from corner kick opportunities. But set pieces as a whole, you can throw the throw-in into that. And really good. Oh, St. Lucia could be in for a second. McFarland chips Bailey and misses the target. Well, once again, Bailey comes well off his line here and doesn't get contact on the ball. Had to get there, he didn't, but McFarland, under the cosh, wasn't able to find the target. Another big chance spurned from St. Lucia. Think of the header missed by Doxili, the multiple chances that Jevic McFarland has had tonight. He's already scored once, McFarland, against Dominica in this 2022-2023 Concacaf Nations League. Even Alvinus Myers had a big chance. Go back to the early stages of the first half. Shinoy Evans, he's been really good defending and going forward as well for the hosts. Joseph. And Joseph again invites Terrell Thomas into the play, who's got space in front of him. Evans has some teammates to pick out. Oh, it took a deflection. It's still a chance in front of goal. And Anguilla get a bounce to go their way in the end. Boy, oh boy. More lack of communication there at the back. Tafari Smith did just about enough. Could have easily fallen to a St. Lucia attacker, it didn't. Frederick has multiple options here. He finds Shinoy Evans. Evans' cross is deflected. Not the best clearance from Smith. It's out for a throw. St. Lucia want another very badly. Pushing for what could be a knockout punch here. Lester Joseph. Lovely turn by McFarlane. Solomon. Good ball in, not good enough to find a teammate. In the end, it goes over the top. He had the right idea. It looked like he might have had a chance to stay in play initially, but the ball kept sailing. Again, there are pretty high winds tonight in St. Lucia, up to as high as 20 miles per hour. Wind might have taken this one a little bit. Decent bend on it, but it looped over the top of Bailey's goal. Been a great atmosphere tonight in St. Lucia. Again, this ground has been used for multiple Concacaf Nations League neutral site games during this window, but the hosts have really made this a memorable occasion with the fans, and so far with their play as well. Can Anguilla hit back? That's going to be a big determining factor here. Again, if the score holds, St. Lucia go into the Gold Cup preliminary round, and they're promoted to League B in the Concacaf Nations League. Any other result besides a St. Lucia win means that it's taken to the final day. And Anguilla faces St. Lucia in March of 2023. And those same stakes will be determined then. That's why Stern John's boys, they want to get it done tonight. Evans. Joseph, he's had a lot more of the ball at the start of this second half. Another good ball over the top. Oh, did Paris put a shove in there? He did. That's their extracurriculars. McFarlane getting into it with Kieran Lake. Paris was the one that was penalized. This is the look at it. He clearly pushed him in the back, and actually, that was pretty dangerously close to the penalty area. McFarlane did push him back. Start to see a little bit of tempers fraying here for both sides, frankly. Paris wants McFarlane to be punished here for his retaliation, and it looks like he will be. McFarlane is going to be booked for pushing back. I think McFarlane is saying that Paris maybe was embellishing a little bit, but he did push back, whether he embellished or not. The foul is clear. It's very close to the penalty area. Well, that's the embellishment that McFarlane was referring to. He pushed him on the shoulder, and Paris acted like he pushed him onto the face. Meanwhile, Celestin Theodore Jr., the Florida State product, he's in for St. Lucia as a substitute here, 22 in blue, to try and help get the hosts over the line here. This is a free kick. Kurt Frederick has provided some wonderful service tonight. And he goes for goal and finds it! St. Lucia's captain, St. Lucia's most capped player, comes up big when it matters most. That could be the final blow in this group and could see St. Lucia League B bound and Gold Cup bound. What a goal that is. Captain fantastic for St. Lucia. The hosts are 2-0 up and are frankly in dreamland. What a strike. In big games like this, you look to the leadership, you look to the ones who have been there before. Kurt Frederick just delivered in the biggest of moments. And the Daren Sammy cricket ground is shaking right now. What a moment that was, and frankly, what a goal. St. Lucia want more. McFarlane and Paris get tangled up again. Paris gets the better of him this time, and it's a goal kick. Well, surely that Frederick moment, that Frederick firebolt into the back of the net will be remembered here for some time. What a strike that was. So here's a player down here for St. Lucia. It's Cham Roseri. As Kurt Frederick gets some refreshments here. That could be the moment. We said earlier, if St. Lucia could find his second, that might be the moment of no return for Anguilla, who haven't scored multiple goals yet in this Concacaf Nations League. It might be a bridge too far. We'll see if St. Lucia could see it out, but that moment might be the moment that St. Lucia clinch it. Cham Roseri frustrated here as he comes off the pitch. Hope that he's okay. At least he's able to go off under his own power, but he's clearly in discomfort here. Will be evaluated further on the sideline. Looks like Anguilla are readying a change here. And St. Lucia, if they were in the box seat at halftime, they're in the suite at the top of the tower here. With 27 minutes still to play. Anguilla looking at the opposition. They need to find something. They need a spark from somewhere if they are to get a foothold back into this game. And it must be said, St. Lucia have more than earned this lead. They've had the better of the chances in this game. Anguilla still have not had a shot, let alone a shot on target tonight. And that has to go to a great credit for Stern John, his staff, and the defensive work that has been done tonight. Anguilla put up a great fight defensively themselves, but they've been breached twice. Remy, and then Frederick's wonder strike. Frederick again, the goal scores. Linking up here, Remy to Evans, trying to put it beyond a reasonable doubt here. Great ball in as well, it's flicked on. Could be a chance for the substitute, Theodore Jr., but not quite. And Anguilla regained possession. Joseph. Again, Anguilla now need 2 goals if they are to keep the group alive. If St. Lucia finish the job here, they'll be on 6 points, while their 2 rivals here in League C, Group C, would only be on 2 points with only 1 game left for each of them. And that would be that. Frederick. McFarland didn't see it right away, but he still might get onto it. McFarland into the middle, and Remy is denied by a big challenge from Hughes. That could have been another chance. It still might be. It's a corner. Anguilla will make a change. Shamarin Cardi is going to come on. This was the crucial intervention from Jermaine Hughes. It needed a good touch onto it to get it out of Remy's path. St. Lucia will make a few changes as well. Roseri is not going to be fit enough to continue, so Gregson President is going to come on to replace him. Eden Charles will join him as well for Stern John's group. And Shinoy Evans, who's had a great night for St. Lucia tonight, is going to make way. Number 5 in blue really was great on both ends of the pitch. And we will see Charles come on for him. Anguilla had 1 change ready. Looks like they might be readying a second, but first, Frederick's ball in. Oh, it could have been a third. McFarland right on the doorstep, a free header, and he's missed it. Missed the target. That was game, set, and match. Javik McFarland, if he had had a bit more clinical finishing, could have had a hat trick already tonight. Second header he's missed. And he had another chance earlier in the first half to find the back of the net. That one I think he'll be kicking himself, and was briefly after the play was over. Should have hit the target. Anguilla do have 2 changes upcoming. Could be final rolls of the dice potentially for Nigel Connor's group. Again, this would also finish Dominica's chances off of qualifying for the prelims of the Gold Cup and for promotion as well. It would give St. Lucia 2 wins out of 2, and they'd already have it all wrapped up here in League C, Group C. Doxilly able to find Thomas. Joseph into the path of Myers. Thought better of it. Joseph able to play it out wide. Nice ball forward by Charles, the substitute, and St. Lucia could be in again. A swing and a miss, and then a big missed chance. Gregson President, who just came on. He was in plenty of space, could have taken a touch, frankly. Great ball across. He could have touched it into his path, and President could not make it stick. Here come the 2 changes for Anguilla. Guichard is going to make way here. Austin Stephen, he's going to come on. It looks like Calvin Morgan is off as well. So Morgan and Guichard are off. Stephen was one of the 2 that came on, as Anguilla need a spark here. The other was Shamarin Cardi. Cardi and Steven on for Morgan and Guichard. Two attacking players to try and change the trajectory. Still 20 minutes for Anguilla to keep this group alive, but they need 2 goals. And St. Lucia have looked the more likely these last 10 minutes, even since the goal went in. President again doing very nicely indeed under pressure. He picks out Remy. And then the shot is fired and it's blocked. Still a chance for Remy to seal it! And Anguilla just about get rid of it. Oh! Andres Remy maybe took one too many touches. It's still not dealt with. Shot comes firing in from outside the penalty area from Charles. And it's out over the top. Well, you can hear the fans telling them to shoot on multiple occasions here. Joseph was blocked initially. Lovely touch into the path of Remy here. There Remy could have shot. He could have shot there as well and then waited too long. A crucial touch in there from Brooks in particular. And St. Lucia miss a chance to put a cherry on top of the sundae. This could be trouble for St. Lucia, but it's well dealt with defensively by Terrell Thomas. Frederick, the man of the hour, plays it forward. Precedent finds Remy. St. Lucia really want to put this beyond a reasonable doubt here. Anguilla can see their chances starting to maybe dwindle here, but they need to get on the ball more. They just haven't had a lot of possession in these last 20 minutes or so. But that's better. They win it back. It's Duncan who comes away with it, but his pass is misplaced and it's easily dealt with by Myers. Goals from Remy and Frederick. Another good searching ball in behind, not to anyone in particular in the end, although McFarland was closest to it. Tell you what, Javik McFarland certainly knows how to get into good positions. There's no question about that. Just hasn't finished any of them off as of yet. Of course, his goal was the match winner against Dominica in St. Lucia's other match this window, where they won by a 1-0. Lucia give it away. There's a player down for the host. Behind the play was Gregson President for a brief moment there. Ooh, that's a challenge. It's going to be a foul and a free kick. That goes the way of St. Lucia with 17 minutes left. Thomas. Frederick. And Remy. President gets another chance to run at defenders here. Thinks better of it this time. Frederick, who has had so many great moments on set pieces leading up to his wonderful goal. You could argue would have been a good day at the office just based on the service he's provided from set pieces, but the goal was just remarkably taken. Remy follows through on Paris, bundles him over, and it's a free kick as Luke Paris is slow to get up. Yeah, Remy puts his forearm into his back there. Very easy for both the assistant and our center referee to see that. Quincy Williams is in our center referee this evening. The historic Daren Sammy Cricket Ground, a ground that has hosted the Cricket World Cup and other big events over the years. But it could see a historic night for St. Lucia here. One of maybe their great nights in the nation's athletic history. Minutes still to go as Kieran Lake is having a bit of a problem here for Anguilla. Nigel Connor now has to mull things over here. Hope that Kieran Lake is okay. He's had a good night tonight defensively at times, Kieran Lake. One of the few that's been involved in some opportunities for Anguilla, who just have not been able to create enough. That's really been the difference tonight. St. Lucia have just created more opportunities, and frankly, with better finishing, they could have 4 or 5 tonight. Anguilla have yet to register a shot. Part of that has been great interplay in the midfield, and frankly from the likes of Solomon and Frederick from the back. President. And still, referee says it was a fair challenge. Anguilla come out with it. Can they create something here in transition? Smith is dispossessed and the ball goes out of play. That was Lester Joseph helping out. Did very well indeed for St. Lucia. Here comes a change. Kean Duncan is going to be withdrawn here for Anguilla. Kaini Brook-Bell is going to come on. This is the challenge on President, who did well to get past one challenge. Actually, no, that was the clean tackle from Smith, I beg your pardon, before it was fully taken back. It's actually a very clean challenge from Tafari Smith, well timed indeed. Brooks-Bell is on. Duncan makes way. And Anguilla, frankly, are running a little low on time here. They need to get something jump-started, or St. Lucia are going to finish the job they set out to do tonight. And they're 12 minutes plus some injury time away from having a memorable night in the nation's history here. Remy sliding it through. St. Lucia could have a third, and again McFarland is denied by Bailey. Wonderful ball played in behind. But in the end, Bailey came off his line and timed it to perfection. Ooh, this is a bit of a precarious situation for Bartlett. Did just about enough. Great pressure from Carty, who at times was really a dangerous attacker to deal with for St. Lucia in the first half, but it's been a little quieter in the second stanza.
Ladies and gentlemen, the total of efforts for today's event is 2,973. That's 2,973. We want to thank you all and the fans for attending.
Just announced the attendance here, nearly 3,000 fans here at the Daren Sammy Cricket Ground. And boy, the St. Lucia faithful have enjoyed every minute of this. Talked about how they were having a bit of a party at halftime, feeling like it was going to happen, that this was going to be the night they clinched it. Well, the second half has gone according to plan so far, and the fact that they've gotten not only a brilliant goal, but the fact it was their captain, Kurt Frederick, who came up with it, has made it all the sweeter for St. Lucia. This was the chance from McFarland. Remy's ball in behind was well placed, but give credit to Bailey there. Had to get that right, and he very much did. Minutes to go. McFarland again has Remy in the middle. Still McFarland. Theodore Jr. is there to help. Frederick wanted it on this near side. Joseph picks it up. Joseph now has spotted Frederick and picks him out. President couldn't quite get past Smith. Smith does very well under pressure. As does Tyreek Lake. Bailey can't pick that up. Well, maybe he can, I guess. I was going to say, I thought that was a back pass. And it has been deemed as a back pass. I was going to say, Bailey couldn't pick that up, and frankly, St. Lucia can just play on here. Remy squares it across. Theodore Jr., McFarland, and then the shot is blocked. Was there a handball? No, it's a corner. Well, again, the confusion Anguilla had was that the pass wasn't necessarily intended for Bailey. That was the initial indication, but as you can see, the final shot was blocked. Was that handled in the penalty area is another question. As Brooks blocked it, referee didn't see a handball there. It's a corner. But the fact is, it's still a back pass, and Bailey could not pick it up, and frankly, didn't need to. Could have just played it out, and it nearly allowed St. Lucia to score a third. But defenders reacted just in the nick of time to get a couple of blocks in. Remy had the great sense to just play on. Again, it's a free kick from inside the penalty area. And again, here's the back pass. Again, it wasn't necessarily intended for Bailey, but that doesn't mean he can pick it up. It's still a back pass, and you can see there even the reaction just after he picks it up. Realizing that he had made a mistake. It hasn't cost Anguilla yet, but it has led to this corner. Kurt Frederick's been phenomenal from corners tonight. More good service, and it's another skimmed header. Goes out of play for a goal kick. Another chance goes begging for McFarland, who's maybe deserved a goal tonight, just hasn't gotten one. Good to see Kieran Lake back in the mix as well. He was down with an injury earlier on. St. Lucia win it back again. Charles with some good control. Remy, who scored the first goal tonight. President to loft it past Smith. Smith did very well to deal with it. Frederick keeps it alive. It's a misplaced pass, and Anguilla will get it back off a deflection here. And in the end, they win a goal kick. Substitution on the way. St. Lucia will make some changes here. Lester Joseph is going to be withdrawn. Peter Pearson, who is going to come on, plays his club soccer with Greenville Triumph, USL League One in the United States. And Jevic McFarland is also going to be withdrawn here. Idle Stanislaus will take his place. I think all in all, it's a successful night for Jevic McFarland got everything done except for scoring a goal. I think the fans here in St. Lucia will certainly appreciate his efforts tonight. Was on a yellow card as well. That's a good hand from the crowd as he leaves. I think the fans here at the Daren Sammy Cricket Ground can taste it. Just minutes away from confirming a preliminary round spot in the 2023 Gold Cup and from clinching promotion into League B of the Concacaf Nations League. Remy scored in the 44th minute, right before the end of the half, and really stamped St. Lucia's authority on proceedings. And then the firecracker of a strike from this man, Kurt Frederick, the captain. It felt like since that goal, that second goal went in, it feels like this game has been decided. Anguilla have not mustered much in the attack, and St. Lucia have really done well to professionally see this out. Nice challenge though by Kieran Lake. 4 minutes left of the 90. Kurt Frederick's goal came in the 60th minute, just before the hour mark. Surely a moment St. Lucian supporters will never forget. Frederick keeps it in, or did it go out? Maybe it went off, I should say went out on the pass from Frederick. And it's an Anguilla throw. Paris. Leave it back to President. And St. Lucia can control things now. All over the top for Theodore. Theodore's ball across. It's caught by caught by Bailey. Well read that time by the Anguilla goalkeeper. Oh, his pass is a little too thick in the end, a little too much on it. In the end, he's giving it back to St. Lucia. Pearson, really skill from Remy. And St. Lucia finish it off here with a flourish. Sees Frederick, and he tried to find the substitute, Stanislas, in the penalty area. It's going to go out for a goal kick. Anguilla will make another change. Tyreek Lake. He's going to come out. Shamari Bryan will come on for the final few moments here. I think you could see in the body language of Anguilla, they know that that is just about that for their chances. Had some good moments, must be said, in the first half, and we're still in it when Kurt Frederick pulled out some magic from that free kick. That felt like the moment St. Lucia had sealed it. I think Anguilla just haven't been the same since then. They haven't had as much dynamism in the midfield, and Again, to be fair, St. Lucia have stopped them from creating any really good chances. Only a few half chances, none that have really tested the goalkeeper whatsoever. But St. Lucia have certainly earned this historic victory tonight, and they are just minutes away potentially from sealing the deal and getting back to League B, where they were relegated a season ago. They'll feel like they can go back and challenge it again. We are now in injury time. At the end of this one, I think that board is tough to see. I think it was maybe 3 minutes still to go. Regardless, not much time remaining here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official on the sideline has indicated that there will be a minimum of 3 minutes of added time.
It is confirmed, 3 added minutes still remaining. And then St. Lucia can celebrate. Will they grab another goal here? President with some wonderful work there and lovely skill. We've had 1 minute of the minimum of 3 added on. It was a wonderful goal from Andres Remy in the 44th minute, was in the right place at the right time. Then the sensational strike from Kurt Frederick. And St. Lucia are close to seeing this out. Javik McFarland had multiple chances to score as well tonight. This was unlucky in the end on multiple occasions, most notably his header. With about 15 minutes to go, that could have made it 3-0. He missed the target. It's really been St. Lucia's work on the flanks tonight that's been the difference, where they've been able to be dynamic and provide some great distribution. Frederick, one of the many heroes tonight. Thomas, 40 seconds left until confirmation. St. Lucia came in with some pressure on them to get the job done tonight, not to wait until 2023. That's a long wait as well. March of 2023 as well. They won't have to wait. They will know that they have done the job tonight in front of their fans as well. It's why it's a special evening here in Gros Islet, St. Lucia. Just a matter of seconds now. Good ball played in behind. They might finish it with a flourish, but it's cut out by Paris. Good defensive work there from the Anguilla defender. He's going to go on a run here as well and win a free kick. We've had the 3 added minutes. And the referee blows for full time. St. Lucia have done it. They win it by 2 goals to 0 here. And they have won League C's Group C. 6 points out of 6. They win the group. They win promotion as well to League B in the Concacaf Nations League. And they've punched their ticket into the preliminary round of the 2023 Gold Cup. Goals from Remy and Frederick, enough for all 3 points. And the St. Lucia celebrations will begin here at the Daren Sammy Cricket Ground. Anguilla's first half, they showed a lot of fight. When that second goal went in at the hour mark, we saw St. Lucia take over from there. And these fans will party long into the night. A memorable night in St. Lucia's soccer history. There's no question about that. They return to League B in the Concacaf Nations League in style as well. And of course, they will play in the preliminary round of the 2023 Gold Cup. Andres Remy got it started in the 44th minute. Kurt Frederick, who's leading the celebrations here, scored that screamer that we'll see again in a few moments in the 60th. And to the victor go the spoils. Nearly 3,000 fans showed up for this game, anticipating a victory, anticipating St. Lucia finishing the job tonight, and their team has delivered. I have to give a lot of credit to Stern John, the entire staff for St. Lucia. And now they get to celebrate with the fans here in Grow Island, St. Lucia. That game in March is now just going to be academic. These two will meet again in 2023, but St. Lucia's job has already been completed. They are on 6 points, and the other two, Anguilla and Dominica, are on 2 points. Let's take a look at the full-time highlights from this one. This is the opening goal. Andres Remy, right place, right time with the left boot to open the scoring in the 44th minute. It was a crucial goal at the time. It ends up being the winning goal as well. Bishop didn't deal with the punch off the throw-in, and it really is a wonderful finish as well. Then Jevic McFarlane had some good creation of some opportunities as well. This was a great save from Bishop off of Solomon. And again, Anguilla never really created much. I'm not sure if this counted as a shot. If it did, it was the only Anguilla shot of the night. This was a decent chance as well. Tried to find Cardi over the top as well. But St. Lucia had multiple chances to seal it. McFarlane tried to chip it over Bailey's head here. It was a great ball over the top from Thomas. But McFarlane, pressured by Bailey, couldn't find the back of the net. And again, great crossing in from Solomon. This one left a little bit to be desired. Then the tangle up, McFarlane won a free kick just outside of the penalty area off of off of Luke Paris. They got into it a little bit after that, those two. You could see a little bit of pushing and shoving. McFarlane was booked for it, Paris wasn't. And then the moment of magic from Kurt Frederick, the captain. What a moment for him, what a moment for St. Lucia. His wonder goal made it 2-0, worth another look. What a venomous strike it was. St. Lucia's most capped player made it 2-0 in the 60th minute. McFarlane a few minutes later nearly added a third, but again, he missed the target. Then President, who had just come on, had a free chance as well. He could not hit the target either, but that was it. It finished St. Lucia 2, Anguilla 0, and that confirms St. Lucia's place in League B in the Concacaf Nations League and their place in the preliminary round of the 2023 Gold Cup. For our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques. That's going to do it for our coverage. So long, everybody, from St. Lucia. St. Lucia get the job done. They win it by 2-0. They get promoted to League B in the Concacaf Nations League, and they go into the Gold Cup preliminary round. What a night for St. Lucia, and they beat Anguilla by 2-0.